All right, what the hell is going on with Zion? What the hell is going on with Zion? I just saw this trending earlier. Did not know what was transpiring, and I wish I didn't. I wish I didn't know what was going on. Let me tweet out that I'm live really quick, and then we'll get into it. Was on Bleacher Report yesterday. I saw some of you. I can't read the chats in the Bleacher Report thing, so it's I did see some of you though. The Bleacher Report, I'll always go on Bleacher Report when they ask me to, of course. You know, it's Bleacher Report. But the Bleacher Report fans, the Bleacher Report fanatics, they don't like the new format. And I can't say I blame them too much. If I had to give some solid feedback to Bleacher Report, I would say, hey, maybe we do live stream stuff, but take away the trade aspect and just do like a Q&A. Can you play the BR video back? I don't know if I'm allowed to do that, actually. I don't know. If you were on the stream a few days ago when we did mock trades, you really did not miss much. Been meaning to ask you, Siley, how'd your baseball game go the other week? Tremendous. We're the best team in the league. I mean, what is there really to say besides that? Live right now. What's going on with Zion? Predicting game 3 of Nuggets versus Heat. I'm excited. Excited for that game tonight. Updating my horrendous draft board. Guys, I think today we're avoiding Fanspo trades. We've just done it too much. We don't want to oversaturate the market. As far as Zions goes, he'll make a really good 3-on-3 star. Get the hell in here now. They have Nuggets as faves. I'm thinking about betting on the Nuggets. Gafford and Diddy are Mavericks. Yeah, I saw that the Wizards were going to rebuild their team. That was the direction they were probably going to go in. Rival execs expect Wizards to engage in full rebuild under Michael Winger. So, how many rebuilds can the Wizards do? Well, that's kind of their problem. They really haven't committed to a full-fledged rebuild. Really, ever since John Wall got there, because they had the John Wall and Bradley Beal era. What up, Colton? Are you doing a live later, Nuggets versus Heat? No. I'm not going to lie. Like, okay, so I'm still getting copyright claim for my old, like, today, this morning I got one. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm not going to lie. I've kind of just enjoyed watching it. Like, outside of, what's going on with the chat? Little box here. I've kind of enjoyed watching it outside of streaming a little tiny bit. The next big, like, what the fuck? The next big stream that we'll do is the draft, obviously. But anyways, Yeah, this is the right decision for the Wizards, obviously. I would have to imagine that means they're probably not going to pay Kuzma, which, hey, maybe there's a sort of backdoor, like, Kuzma to the Mavs thing here. I don't understand why a bunch of people hated on your Bleach Report video. Dude, that's just how those all are. I messaged Joel from the for the Pick a Side podcast. Because I saw that they did one the day before. I was like, were you guys getting fucking killed in the comment section too? And he was like, yeah, we were getting shit on. That's just how it is. So, like, I don't go back and read the comments. I'm happy they let me on. I would say feedback for those are not good. So, we'll see how much more they do of them. This is probably a hot take, but I'd rather have Bam than AD. I'd rather just have the guy that busts his ass every day than the guy that's slightly more talented. I don't think that's that hot of a take. Like, AD's better, but Bam's younger. Full rebuild. So does that mean KP is gone? Does that mean, like, what does that mean? Beal gets traded? People do not like the Kelly Olynyk idea. Well, people have delusions of grandeur, especially, I'm assuming the fucking if you're commenting on Bleach Report stuff, I'm just going to assume that you're not, you know, I would like to see your mock trades is all I would say. I would like to see your mock trades. What up, XV? LeBron responded to Kyrie's text with, I'll think about it. Yeah, I saw that too. But who? Scoop B. Henderson. Scoop B. Henderson. Like, really? This is what we're doing? Report LeBron's response to asking him to join the Mavericks. I'll think about it. Scoop B. Oh, Robinson. Sorry. Scoop B. Robinson. I'll think about it. What's your honest evaluation trade-wise for the 10th pick? Hey, guys, I'm traded out. I can't do any more fucking mock trades. Just like a week. Like, maybe next Monday or something, we'll revisit Fanspo or something. I'm just mock traded out. I can't do it again. I can't do any more mock trades. I just can't. Just can't do it. As a Kyrie stan, Scoop be lying. He act like he know them. Scoop be lying. That should be his Twitter name. Scoop be lying. Well, if this is true, then I mean, I still think this was a. By the way, this is the last time I talk about this until there's like actually anything of substance. What would your estimate we would need to trade you in money for you to shotgun a Diet Coke? $100,000. Just think my body would immediately fail. I don't think your body's supposed to be doing that. Scoop B. Robinson. Who's Scoop B. Henderson? Isn't there a Henderson? C. Henderson. He's in Dallas, but he actually interviews players, and he has good interviews. So I'm not trying to shit on him. It's just the daily NBA antics. So we have something to talk about. No, yeah, for sure. I mean, this was a fun little thing. This was a fun little story. We had some fun, but just showing what I missed. Nothing so far, really. We're about to. I'm a little bit scared to do this. I really don't know what's going on with Zion. I just saw him trending, opened it for a second, and saw some crazy shit. Backed out and said, "Let me just wait a few minutes and do this on stream." So that's what we're doing right now. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. I saw yesterday that he's about to have a child or something. I don't really give a shit about that stuff at all, so I didn't read into it at all. Like, congratulations, you know, I really don't give a fuck. His parents named him Scoop. Yeah, if your parents name you Scoop, you gotta be a reporter. Like, if your parents name you Kobe and you're not a basketball player, like, you should probably change it. All right, here we go. Let's see. I'm very scared about this. Zion Williamson in trouble after his baby mama or his baby announcement. Wait, who is this? There's a lot of Kobe's in finance. Is this? Is this the one that he is having a child with? Oh, no, I'm gonna guess no. I let you come in my mouth? Is that what that says? But last week when we fucked, you could have told me you had another 4 pregnant. How is that gonna work moving us both to New Orleans? You think I would have found out? What? Spit? Oh, did that say spit? Oh, I just assumed. And okay, so this one is yeah, I'm about to say I really don't give a shit about this. I don't know. Oh, it was spit. This is just a funny ass tweet though. To be fair, this is a fucking hilarious tweet. I do not care about this situation whatsoever outside of this hilarious tweet. This is an objectively funny tweet. But yes, I agree. It is none of our business. And I really do not care at all. This is just content for the Twitter comedians to farm interactions with. Yeah, that's very true. Get a couple of the, you know, reaction videos in, the same 6 that are constantly fucking recycled. Right? This one right here is one of the ones constantly recycled. Usher. This one constantly. Endlessly. Any of the other constant ones? Are we ever going to see Zion play 70 games in a season? No, probably not. Hey, I'll always up for. Oh my God, no. The Chris Paul shit yesterday, I was fucking crying laughing at some of the tweets about the Chris Paul thing. Oh man. You know, Chris Paul is more likely going to retire ringless, and I do take great solace in that, but apparently his children. Damn, Zion's like having his private messages leaked. Okay, I don't like this story anymore. It's giving me the ick. I don't like this story any longer. You guys want to know a story I do like? You guys want to know a story I do like?
The sweetest soul you'll ever meet in your life, right? It's tough on me, but I think it's probably even harder for the people around me, right? Especially my wife. My wife is the one who has to bear those late nights, those I can't sleep, and my kids. Like, my daughter is the sweetest soul you'll ever meet in your life, right? The sweetest soul ever in your life, but she's at that age now where at school, kids talk crazy to her, right? So she had a little boy, whatever, at school that said some reckless stuff to her. It was like, your daddy ain't never gonna win no championship, right? And my baby is so, she's special. She'll hold it together there, but when she got in the car, she called and she was upset. And I had to have that conversation with her and talk to her, you know, and tell her like, baby, some people talk and some people do, but that's part of it. It's tough, man, but can't nobody ever be harder on me than I am on myself.
Somebody give that kid a medal. Somebody give that kid a medal. I don't feel bad, really. Reckless stuff? Yeah, they talk reckless. Your dad is CP0.
Right, and I feel like I've been in every situation there is possible. I was in the playoffs when I played for the Clippers, and game 3 or 4 in Portland, one of them, I go for a steal. My finger gets caught in the guy's jersey, spiral fracture in my hand. I had to get 16 screws put in my hand, right? So I've had injuries and things like that, but the one thing about it, as mad as I am and whatnot, I cannot let that define me, right? I gotta get back to work. And I think that's what's happened over my career is
hate to see it. Dude, some of these quotes features. There's a universe where CP0 wins 5 rings. Oh, I'm sorry. That is so funny. That is hilarious. How old is? Do we know how old Chris Paul's daughter is? Because if it's like a high schooler, you know, that's not really like, it's funny still. But if it's like an elementary age, you know damn well that parent. All right, here's what you're gonna say. Here's what you're gonna say to Chris Paul's daughter tomorrow. Listen closely. I think his oldest is in high school, so she's probably in middle school. It's just funny that he was like, yeah, I had to have that talk with her about how I've never won a championship. They won 67 games. 67 games. Wonder what happened to them in the playoffs, though. They won that year, right? Didn't they win that year? What happened that year? I don't really remember. Oh, wait. Starting to come back to me a little bit. The daughter, Ryan Russillo. I do not understand Ryan Russillo. So I used to listen to his podcast. I'm giving up on it. I have given up on it, actually. If I had to give some advice to Ryan Russillo, the fucking interviews suck. They're terrible. I hate Russillo's. Jesus Christ. I hate interviews. I really do. Very rarely are they entertaining. Very rarely. Very rarely. It's not funny. I'd had to talk with my daughter too. It's hard. Rest in peace to Iron Sheik, a true legend of Twitter. Is that the wrestling guy? Yeah, sports interviews are bad usually. Players are so PR trained. They're usually terrible. They're usually incredibly boring. The only occasions in which they're not boring and like the players are saying stuff that's outside of very, media safe stuff, they're pretty much just sucking themselves off endlessly, which is just also not fun to listen to. I honestly can't say I have any podcasts I listen to loyally. Like with real regularity. I do listen to the Bill Simmons podcast. I like it. I think it's entertaining. I just do. I think it's a good podcast. I'll listen to the Low Post if I have the chance. I'll listen to Through the Wire if I have the chance. I have heard that I have heard that the Paul George podcast is actually good. I haven't listened to it yet, though, but I've seen the clip. I've seen the clips. Nothing Mavs. I listen to Locked On Mavs every now and then. My thing, like, I don't really listen to a lot of Mavs content because I spend like hours a day talking about them usually and watching them. So it's like, how much more Mavs do I actually need? I'll listen to Hoop Collective every now and then too. Nick is a good dude though. Yeah, I like Nick a lot. I like both of them, but I've like Nick's had me on there, and I saw Nick at the Fan Jam thing last year. Said what's up to him. The only current basketball stuff right now I listen to is some dude named Slightly Biased. Well, thanks. JJ Redick or Theo Pinson podcast. I've listened to some of the Theo Pinson podcasts. Theo's a funny ass dude for sure. Yeah, JJ Redick's got a good podcast. Did they remove the episode you're on? It was before last season, so it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. But anyways. No, I'm not going to lie. I cannot stand the Draymond Green podcast. The Draymond Green podcast. I cannot stand it. No mock trades today. No mock trades today. I'm not gonna lie. I've really the KOC's podcast with Chris Vernon. Like I've kind of soured on it lately. I can't explain why. Actually, I can. I've soured on KOC. Like there's just something about it. I don't know. But let's talk about tonight's finals game. I'm very excited about it. I thought game 2 of the finals was a very, very great game. That unfortunately, the very next day, the LeBron stuff came out and just kind of stole all of the news and attention away. But I thought that was a very fun game. And I am super, super pumped about tonight's game. I'm going to put some money on the game tonight. I'm trying to think what I want. You guys are going to help me out here. You guys are going to help me out here. They have the Nuggets as 3.5-point favorites. I actually don't know where this series goes now. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think, like, you really wouldn't have to convince me that the Heat win this series. I think it's, like, closer to a coin flip than anything else. I'm interested to see what the, the series spread is now. It's still minus 275. Wow. They need people to watch the game, so it's going 6. I could see it going 6 regardless. Remember, game 1, the Heat shot like garbage, but they got good looks, and they lost. And granted, the Nuggets shot like trash and won the game. But the Heat shot like garbage and lost. They got the same looks in game 2, hit their looks, and won. But also, yeah, Denver did not play well. Michael Porter Jr. has not shown up at all yet. KCP was horrific in game 2. So, and the Nuggets only lost by 3 points. So I could see looking at it both ways. But see, like if Jokic scores 50 though, I don't know if they win. They haven't won a game yet where he scored over 40 points this postseason. It's not a knock on Jokic. That just means teams are obviously focusing on Jokic. You can score, but KCP's not shooting wide open threes. MPJ's not shooting wide open threes. The Heat played well and hit big shots and still barely won. But also, Jimmy hasn't been great yet. Are we going to get like a signature Jimmy game? Because if one of those comes, then, okay, then the Heat have 2 wins. Like, you're probably going to get another crazy hot shooting game from the Heat, too, because they've done it all postseason. Okay, well, if you get both of those things, now we're talking 3 wins. I don't know, man. Miami zone is pretty intricate and would take a while to replicate, but I don't understand how no one has thrown a zone back at them yet. They just play on a string, unlike any other team. Like, they're just so well connected. So well connected. You would think, in theory, the Nuggets should just fucking destroy his zone. There was a report where Jimmy's dad might be in the hospital and not doing so well. I did see that, which is super sad and unfortunate. And I hope it's not true. I don't really like talking about reports like that because it's just like weird. Because what if it's not true? And even if it is, you know, that would be a tough thing to be public. I think, like, super public, trying to go through that. But I did see that though, and also, but I would have to guess his ankle is still messing with him, man. Like, that happened in game 1 in the second round. That happened so long ago. I wouldn't trade Jaden Hardy for Jimmy Butler. Okay, well, you're out of your mind. I really wanted Joker to win a ring to shut up Twitter reactionaries, but this Heat team feels inevitable. This is the beauty of this finals and why once it got to these 4 teams, I really wanted it. I honestly don't care who wins. Like, Jokic winning one, the Nuggets winning one would be awesome. It would be great. I would be super happy for them. But the Jimmy winning one and this Heat team winning one would also be super cool. So, like, I really love how that was reported about Jimmy's dad because Skip randomly brought it up on Undisputed. Retna stays trolling. Retna in our Discord is just dropping some wild shit on occasion where I'm like, what is going on in here? No more Bam to Dallas. Oh, that dream's been dead. That dream has been dead. It's actually really funny. If the Bulls just won that play-in game, like if the Bulls just held on and won that play-in game against the Heat, oh, we'd be fired. Like, we'd have Bam Adebayo fanspo trades for sure. Where does a championship put Jimmy on an all-time list? That's a tough one. Would you put him in top 75? Like, would he go in the top 75? I don't think top 40 or 50. Top 25 of all time. No fucking way, man. You guys know what you're saying? Give me Jimmy Butler. See, that's over D-Wade. That's something I can get behind. That is something I can get behind. But let's just... So Damian Lillard got put on the top 75... all-time top 75 list. Deserving. I thought maybe a little early, but it's a great player nonetheless. A great player nonetheless. Would you put Jimmy over Damian Lillard after a ring? See, I can't say that Jimmy Butler's better than Dame. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. No, I would not put Jimmy over Dirk, man. Dirk won a fucking MVP. Like, Dirk was legit the best player in the league for like a 2 or 3 year stretch. That's a tough one. That actually is a tough one. Because I feel like if you were just to ask people, their initial instinct would be, oh, if Jimmy leads a team, yeah, he'd probably be top 50. That just seems to be what everyone says. But then you really think about it and you're like, oh, actually, there's really no way he'd be top 50 all the time. Then you go to top 75 all the time. I wouldn't call Jimmy shit during the regular season. Like, he's an all-NBA player, but he's never really like an inner circle MVP candidate. All right, so, man, the Miami plus 225 for the series is juicy. And see, like, here's my thinking with gambling. If you're going to put money on the Heat plus 225 to win the series, why don't you just put it on Jimmy to win Finals MVP? Unless you think Bam might get it, which is not impossible. See, like, okay, you see what I mean right here? Why would you put money on the Nuggets minus 275 to win the series when you could just put money on Jokic to win Finals MVP? Because if the Nuggets win the series, Jokic is obviously getting the Finals MVP. You see what I mean, guys? You're not like playing chess the way I am. You're not maneuvering through the chessboard the way in which I are. Okay? Why did I say it like that? Bam isn't going to get it. The narrative is said if Miami wins, they already robbed Caleb Martin with the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. But, okay, Caleb Martin versus Jimmy. And Caleb Martin was only one vote away. Bam's a little bit different than Caleb Martin. Because Bam's like a more established, like, voters I feel like would be confident. Jimmy just controls the games now. And he'll get some big buckets. Yeah, he hasn't had like a big game really since like game 2 of that Celtics series. I think his ankle's really fucking with him. I mean, he's definitely controlled the game though. But yeah, the Heat have just gotten constant performances from their guys. Last series was the Caleb Martin series. This might be the Bam series. If Denver wins tonight, I could see it being done in 5. Oh, money. People are starting to, that line is dropping a little bit. Skip dumbass Bayless says Jimmy is distracted by family illness. I've actually just talked myself into thinking the Heat might win the series. I've actually just talked myself into thinking the Heat could win. From Nuggets sweeping, why are we watching this? To Heat are winning. I mean, I picked the Nuggets in 5, but I haven't been like thoroughly impressed. I think they did get a little bit lucky to win game 1, even though they themselves shot like shit. The Heat shot like utter diarrhea. What up, B-Dot? You were given a sign the Heat will win? Your sign was diarrhea? Well, I'm sold. Wouldn't be surprised if they won. Once you're favored to lose a game at home, you know Denver's feeling that pressure. True, I mean, the Nuggets don't even have home court advantage anymore in this series. What is Miami's record? Miami Heat home record in playoffs. It doesn't feel like they have a crazy crowd. Like, if you told me their home record in the postseason was terrible, I would kind of believe you. They were 27-14 at home this season. 102-45 at home in the playoffs all time. Miami Heat home playoff record last 5 seasons. 19-11. Yeah, that's about what I thought. It's not like crazy. I don't know if the Nuggets defensive personnel is good enough to prevent the Heat from constantly getting good looks. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Can't wait for the juicy streams during the trade season. Oh, it's going to be juicy. Juices are going to be flowing in a lot of directions. More likely it'll be 2-2, but can't count out Denver taking both games. Yeah. And that's true too, Ken. The Heat have been great in the fourth quarter this postseason. And the Nuggets have kind of let teams stick around uncomfortably at times. Watch your video on LeBron rumor. Then seen Twitter saying it was LeBron's camp putting that rumor out. Good call. That was literally 81 with a brain. Saw that coming. Like, it took 3 seconds of critical thinking to be like, yeah, okay. I honestly feel like that Jimmy might just run out of steam in a game or two. It happened the last few years as well when he just couldn't go that hard. Dude, it's already happened though. Mavs media is pumping out it's Kyrie's camp, including Mavs Moneyball and Locked On Mavs. I just like that still doesn't even make sense to me. I don't believe it. I don't see the angle. What's the angle? What's the play for Kyrie to put that out? It doesn't make sense. I don't see the angle. Oh, he's showing that the Lakers will have to pay him a lot of money. Okay, just say that. What the fuck? Like, this is such a textbook LeBron play. This is such a textbook LeBron play. What do you think put it out? LeBron! This is textbook LeBron stuff. Textbook. He did, like, he's a media ringmaster, man. He knows what he's doing. So I think I'm going to go. I think I'm going to go. Where is he? Where is fucking. I don't even know why I'm looking on here. I can't even bet on here. Legalize sports gambling in Texas. You're the only rational person I've heard on that entire thing, plus national media scoffing at Big 3 in Dallas. Can't happen, but totally possible in LA is hilarious. Yeah, it is funny. How do I bet on games in California? You're asking the wrong guy. Let's go first half. Gonna go Nuggets -1.5. Skip in Shannon said LeBron would never come here because it's hot. I mean, to be fair, though, he probably wouldn't be here during the hot months. Like, he wouldn't live here in the middle of the fucking summer, I wouldn't imagine. I wouldn't blame him. Of course, California has sports betting illegal. Fucking libtard ass state, and I'm a liberal. I actually don't. What is the partisan line on sports gambling? I actually don't know who supports it and who doesn't. They're harsher than that. They straight up mock Dallas over LA. I would watch, but I would listen to what they're saying, but I would listen to what they're saying, but I really do not care at all. I can't even pretend to care. I can't even pretend. Every time something comes out about you know, sports gambling was political. I didn't know that there was like a side that didn't like it or did like it. Hey, speaking of sports, this is a topic of conversation that has just completely and totally taken over a group chat that I'm in. What sport do you think is the most difficult? from a skill perspective. What sport do you think is the most difficult, and what sport do you think is the easiest? Basketball is the easiest. I'm about to do a fucking trusty dusty Google Doc here. Anyways, I think the Nuggets do win tonight, but I think this series is a complete and total coin toss right now. Like Vegas has my Denver minus 220. Is that what they were? And that seems a little. Ranking sports from hardest to easiest. Let's stir the pot. So immediately, I think personally the hardest sport is hockey. Only because, like, you have to skate. There's such a big learning curve. You have to skate. You have to know how to fucking ice skate to even play the sport. Football, you have to be mentally ungifted. Oh. So, like, yeah, you have to know how to skate. Immediately makes it the most difficult sport. Then I would go boxing. Boxing / fighting. Anybody who has done fighting or like tried to do some type of training just for some cardio. I don't know how boxers go 12 rounds. That shit's fucking insane. The cardio, your cardiovascular health has to be so absurd. Golf, I would say, is hard. Next, I would probably go baseball. Just because, you know, swinging a bat by itself, you really got to perfect your craft there. You really got to perfect your craft swinging. And then it's also timing up fast pitches. Hurling? What the fuck is hurling? Hurling sport. Oh my god. The hell is this?
Hurling is Ireland's national game and is believed to be the oldest field game in the world. It is also one of the most spectacular.
Oh my god.
It can be traced back to Celtic times and features an Irish folklore to illustrate the deeds of many heroic and mystical figures. Hurling is played with the hurley stick, made of ash and ranging in length from 26 to 36 inches. The bottom or boss of the hurley may have a band of tin around it for strengthening purposes.
See some gameplay.
The overhead catch.
Oh! Oh! I would definitely say this looks like very. Can I see like a game? John Mullane's hurling hat trick.
And Flynn has got into top of the left.
Yeah, it's a crowded ass stadium.
Nice balance and control, getting away from O'Sullivan.
Oh my god, he's getting hit in the fucking head with these sticks. What the fuck?
He strikes well, and he's put it over. John Mullane from the De La Salle club.
He's bleeding from his eye.
He's won a free, now he's won a point off Diarmuid O'Sullivan.
Yeah, he has the legs and they played a lovely line ball across the north to left, but like it's early days yet. O'Sullivan probably wins the game. But
wait, why was that a goal?
Thought to be shouting his turnover carry, but he's using the pace and a fantastic score.
So the teams are level.
Wait, why was that a goal?
Donald O'Cusack about to pump this one out, playing in his 5th championship season.
Oh my God, this is, dude. If you are in the midst of this without a helmet, you are a psychopath.
Alan Brown was trying to dig it out, but it's Andy Maloney forward here towards Ken McGrath, high up into the air, hoping the wind will carry it on for him.
Good pass.
That was
Yeah.
Mulcahy touching it down, coming in here and straight
Boom!
into the back of the net.
It's John.
It's pretty hard. Wouldn't say the hardest. I would say the 4th hardest out of all of these. Curling. Any other obscene sports? Hit the Silotar over the goal in between bars for 1 point, in the goal for 3 points. Oh, okay. All right. That's interesting. Did white people and Native Americans both invent lacrosse at the same time? Well, if you believe in some conspiracy theories, the world is actually connected much more than we think. Much more than we think. Why were you ranking baseball so high? As somebody who played baseball, perfecting a swing takes a very, very long time, like years upon years upon years of practice. Then combine that with having to swing regularly and timing up incredibly fast pitches. Silotar pronounced Shilter. Got it. Yeah, but it takes about 10 minutes in a gym to find a steroid connection. True, you don't have to be in great shape, but it's hard from a skill perspective. Just from a skill perspective. Listen, you're going to learn whenever I rank football dead fucking last on this list that I don't really care about the athletic requirements. No, it's not. It's not going to end up being top 3. Schlitter. Oh, Schlitter. Try hitting a baseball at all and report back if you think it's easy. There used to be videos of. There used to be like a. I used to have like a video of me playing like a high school tape or something. I wish I still had it. No, this is not based on athletic acumen. Hurling over rugby is wild. Well, we haven't ranked rugby yet. I'm going to have hurling over rugby. Did you just see that shit, man? They were fucking hitting each other in the head with sticks. Have you ever played rugby? I could easily hit like around an 85-mile-an-hour ball. Okay, no, you wouldn't, dude. No, you wouldn't. Pickleball has got to be the easiest game I've ever played, truth be told. Although I will say, tennis, sneaky cardiovascular requirements. Sneaky cardiovascular requirements. Widest thing I've heard today. Hey, in college, I covered the women's tennis team. All right. I covered the women's tennis team. Where would you put basketball? Basketball above hurling? Think about really what goes into playing basketball at a high level. Think about what really goes into it. Size, athleticism, the skill to shoot, dribble, pass, defend. All at a high level. This is high level. This is high level. Before or after baseball? True, college and pro is like different sports. Wii tennis greater than Wii bowling? Wii bowling very overrated as a Wii sport. For sure, very overrated. Wii golf, elite. Wii baseball, elite. Wii boxing, sneaky elite. Wii tennis, very elite. Wii bowling, just eh. I'll go basketball here. Ultimate Frisbee kind of hard. I actually was trying to play a fucking Frisbee game this past weekend. I don't know how to throw a Frisbee to save my life. Wrestling? Okay, well, boxing, wrestling, fighting, like they're all in this tier. The cardiovascular requirements in order to play those is insane. Basketball, I think, does have a higher skill ceiling. That's a good point. The elites of the elite in basketball are much more separated from their competition, I think, than any other sport. I can't necessarily speak on hockey because I don't really know. But guys come up all the time in baseball and like aren't supposed to be good but end up being good. Where in basketball, like there's a very big difference between the elite and the non-elite. What about fencing? Soccer, I think, goes below basketball, man. You got to know how to dribble the ball off the floor. All right, soccer / football for my non-Americans. Actually, are we sure soccer's harder than hurling? Like, are we so sure? Hurling is basically soccer, but with a fucking stick that's hitting your head. I mean, I'm really just kind of amazed by what I just saw there. Basketball is probably the easiest to grow your skill set by yourself. Basketball is probably, besides American football, which is literally a joke of a sport, the easiest to pick up and play, for sure. But soccer also is kind of too. Only 48 people play hurling? You're probably not wrong. Should we pair hurling and lacrosse together? Are they close enough in sport? Are they close enough in terms of similarity for them to be considered the same? Hurling really should be considered a combat sport. We'll play all sports every day. Doesn't mean it's easy to play. No, it just means, okay, I do agree with you, actually. Basketball is just like one of the easiest sports to play because it doesn't require a bunch of equipment. Same with football, same with soccer. Let's just go ahead and boom, American football dead fucking last. We'll go ahead and we'll just put some stuff. Well, I'm not sticking on this topic any longer. All right, let's just go ahead and just stick some stuff ahead of it. We'll go tennis behind rugby. Track and field, we'll go. Pickleball is insanely easy. Have you guys actually played it? Track and field. Any sport that requires swimming, I'll put right here. Any sport that requires constant swimming, so, i.e. water polo, goes about right here. No, I agree that soccer requires more cardio than basketball. But basketball, I think, requires a little bit more skill. Gymnastics are very hard. I do agree with you. Spike ball? Should we just do all of the yard fucking drinking games right here? Okay, spike ball. Spike ball. Beer pong. Cornhole. What's the game where you have the frisbee and you try to knock it off of the little stand? Trying to watch the stream right now is the hardest sport. Well, here, you don't have to watch it. I'm timing you out. I think golf would probably go. Like here. Golf. Golf is a lot of skill, but there's not really a cardio aspect like there are in other sports that require you to also have skills. And I think American football is dead last. Yeah. Dead last. Not even remotely close. Not even remotely close. Easiest fucking sport. You are athletic and just, you know, weightlift a lot, you could probably play in the NFL. You could probably be an NFL player. Outside of quarterback, you could probably play in the NFL if you are big and work out. Easily. I would even, yeah, I would even say esports are probably a little bit harder than football. Like, esports are probably a little bit harder than football. Let me just put that one in there. Esports, gambling. Let me go ahead and tweet this out. CSGO is definitely harder than football. My chat ranked the sports from hardest to easy. What do you guys think? All right, here we are, our favorite website. Our favorite website, Fanspo. I'm updating my big board. I have scouted 10 more prospects. I have scouted 10 more prospects. And I'm ready to rank them. So, unfortunately, you can't fucking... Unfortunately, you can't just update your old one. I did scout. How do you say his name? Bilal? Kula Bailey? I don't know. That's going to be a fucking brutal one. Bilal? Spaced out like that? Bilal? Great scouting, can't say his name. No, it's like I have a hard time. My mouth just doesn't work. Bilal. I'm telling you, my mouth does not work, man. I'm from Texas. I'm a fucking hick. I'm a dumbass. Bilal? Soft eye. Bilal. Yes, the guy from Vic's team. Yes. Also, in my defense, Bilal. In my defense, I heard people pronounce it differently. Bilal. All right. Because I was trying to get the pronunciation down. But Koulibaly is right? That's how you say it? Lots of Frenchmen in this draft. French taking over? Oh, okay. Well, here's my old draft board. Here's my old draft board that we did like last week. Do I have any changes? Let's see. Am I being a little too hard on Amin Thompson? Part of me feels like I am a little tiny bit. Here's still my beef with him, because I actually have looked into him even more. Here's still my beef with him. If you're drafting him to be your lead guard, which is the biggest thing, like that's the biggest appeal of him. He can be a lead guard. He does have a very good feel for the game. That is really nice. But if you're drafting him to be your lead guard, he can't fucking shoot, and he's not going to. Okay? I can't see a world. It would be a 1% type of miracle for him to develop into like an actual somewhat okay shooter, to where teams are not just leaving him by himself. Okay? And if that's the case, is that what you want your lead guard to be like? Like, is that really what you want your lead guard? As a wing? Okay, now we can talk, right? Maybe he fills out his frame a little bit more. He could be like a 4 even. Then that's a little bit interesting, but I don't know, man. The 3-point stuff with him is so scary to me. It's just so scary. Well, at least with a Sir, like the shot's there, or at least his shot's not really there. It's still ugly, but he did shoot like over 30% from 3, 33% from 3. Yeah, if you take away Amin's like lead guard thing, he's pretty much just like his brother. Where it's like, at least with his brother, I've actually seen him do the off-ball stuff. I don't know. It's really tough. Who'd you take in a 2019 redraft? Zion or Ja with all their problems? That's a good question. I would still take Ja. He's on the floor. He plays. And I feel like I could just maybe, you know, iron some stuff out with him. And we'll be good to go. Some growing pains. But am I a little too low on Taylor Hendricks? No, we did the Zion stuff. Oh, welcome back, B-Dot. Are you done crying? Oh, God. Yeah, I saw it. I saw your response. I'm not going to lie. I kind of want to put Buffkin ahead of Hendricks. I love Kobe Buffkin. I'm actually bumping Buffkin up. Boom. To 9. I can't. You have to talk me out of Kobe Buffkin. I'm like, I don't understand this infatuation with, or I guess this like, oh, these high floor players, like, yeah, they're just high floor guys. They don't really have a high ceiling. I think Hendricks is I don't think Hendricks has an absurdly high ceiling, really. But I do like him, though. I'll put him above Grady Dick. Although I do like Grady Dick. Hendricks at 10 is not crazy. Hendricks at 10 is not crazy. I like Kobe Buffkin a lot, though, dude. I'm not lying. I'm not lying when I say I really do get SGA vibes from him. Not that he'll ever be a 30-point per game scorer. Where we got Walker? What up, TGK? I got Jarris Walker third. I fucking love him. He's not falling to the Mavericks. I'll tell you that much. I did watch some more Cason Wallace. Rank these three coaches. Pop, Kerr, and Spoelstra. What, right now or all time? I mean, Pop obviously number 1, Spoelstra 2, Kerr 3. Easy. Next. Jarris Walker falling like a month again after being top 4 for so long. Got my hopes up. I think that was only because he like canceled some workouts. I think there's a real chance Hendricks could be a 10. I really do. There's been a lot of talks that Kobe Buffkin could go top 10. Shafino could go top 10. Oh God. I saw a mock draft yesterday. I don't remember where it was. That the Mavericks took Nick Smith Jr. Do you understand what I would do to myself? I feel like one of Jarris, Asar, or Taylor will be there for us. There's just no way Jarris Walker is going to be there, dude. No way. I'm telling you right now, it is not happening. Thompson twins are the guards that can't shoot are going to drop. Yeah, I could see Anthony Black dropping. Amin's going to get drafted before the Mavericks for sure. Like, I think he's still going to get drafted 4th. How do we really feel about Cason Wallace? Absurd defensive player. But do we think like he ever actually develops into... Do we think he actually develops into a like somebody who can actually create? Because if he doesn't, then I don't really... I feel like Washington should take Anthony Black and Utah should take Cason Wallace. Oh, if I'm Washington and Anthony Black is there, that's an easy selection. Let me just add to the list all the new people that I've looked at, and then we'll go to the rankings from there. Jed Howard, who is, spoiler alert, not really a fan of whatsoever. Chris Murray. Bilal. Hello? G.G. Jackson. Gregory. Tariq Whitehead, who just earlier today came out that he was getting a second surgery on his foot. Rupert. Another Frenchman. Clowney. And Maxwell Lewis. Is Cam Whitmore a possibility if Detroit takes Walker? I could see it. ChatGPT top 10 on time. Oh, I saw this fucking dog shit. ChatGPT's top 10 players of all time. Is AI really the future? Dolph Shays. Charles Barkley 9th. LeBron won. That much I'll agree with. How many seasons does it take to determine if a prospect is a bust? I think you have to give him at least... I mean, it depends on where they're drafted. Top 5, usually like by year 3, you know. All right, now how do we integrate all these new guys? After some further thought, I do like Nick Smith Jr. a little bit more than Bryce Sensabaugh. We got slightly thoughts on LBJ. I'll think about it. Lyndon B. Johnson was, you know, he got thrusted into presidency at a tough time. Apparently had a huge peen. B-Dot's a hater today, huh? No, I just said that because I hate when people call LeBron LBJ. I just hate it. It sounds so fucking strange to me. And it doesn't make any sense because it's one less letter than Braun. Braun is easier to say out loud. Jet Howard. Not really my cup of tea. Not really my cup of tea. You guys are going to learn. I really hate players like this. I really can't stand bad defenders. Like, if you're not making winning plays, like, what are we even talking about, really? I would definitely have Chris Murray ahead of Jet Howard. Although I will say, I'm not really that huge of a Chris Murray guy. But if the Mavericks were, I know Bibbs likes G.G. Jackson. Well, Bibbs is a South Carolina guy, isn't he? If the Mavericks were to trade down in any scenario, like Chris Murray, he's kind of like a Reggie Bullock level player for me. Where it's like you plug him in, you play him. It's not going to be tremendous or anything like that, but it'll be cool. Like, it'll be fine. I know you guys most of you hate Reggie Bullock, but reality is he's just kind of fine as a wing player. Kind of what Chris Murray's like to me. So, there's a lot of smoke around Bilal. Have you guys been seeing that? If you guys have been keeping up, like, have you guys been seeing that? There's, like, top 12 talk with him now. Which is interesting to me. Definitely above Jet. Definitely above Chris Murray. Definitely above Keontae George, who I'm just not a fan of. Really. Top 14 promise? Is that what it was? He does fit the mold of a Thunder player, for sure. Over Sensabaugh, for sure. Over Nick Smith, but then I might put Nick Smith ahead of... I like Shafino. I've actually soured a little bit more on Jordan Hawkins, by the way, too. The more I watched him. Bilal's potential or Dick shooting. See, like for a team like Dallas, I'd rather have Dick shooting. Like, Dick can shoot from everywhere, and I'm cool with that. I want that. Dick will shoot immediately. Whereas Bilal, he'll play defense, but what else am I getting immediately, really? But like a team like the Thunder, where he can develop, probably go to the G League for a little bit or something, like. Grady can actually move around, and he's like 6'7", 6'8". Yeah, people are sleeping on Grady Dick for sure. I'm gonna drop Jordan Hawkins a tiny bit. I switched over to 24-hour fitness yesterday, and the little salesman there said some wild shit about Luka. I had to clap back, couldn't let it slide. I need to switch gyms too. I got a 24-hour right by me, but it's not open 24 hours. It closes at fucking 8 p.m. No, I don't think Grady Dick and Tim Hardaway are that comparable, actually. Yeah, Lively has grown on me too. Lively has definitely grown on me, but the problem is I'm looking at Lively through the lens of the Dallas Mavericks. The thing with Lively is like, exactly, everything wrong with Lively really does not matter for the Dallas Mavericks right now. What's wrong with Lively on the Mavs? No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Lively on the Mavs. Like, it's literally the things that he does well, the Mavericks need immediately. The things he doesn't do well, the Mavericks don't, like, it doesn't really matter right now for the Mavericks. Is Lively a young Capella? I don't really know what like a great Lively comparison is. Bilal's his upside is pretty fucking, it's pretty great. Like the fact that he's on like a legit pro team right now, playing in the NBA, or not the NBA, sorry, playing in the playoffs right now. Bilal or Leonard Miller? I don't know. Well, the Wizards are tanking and getting Gafford and not draft Lively. High motor Bamba without a three? Yeah, but the thing about Lively is maybe he can shoot the three, though. So maybe just a realized Mo Bamba. Like, this is actually who we thought Mo Bamba could be. I think Miller's better than Bilal. I'm not like that high on him, but I am higher on him than Nick Smith. I actually really like Hood Schifino. I'm gonna put Hood Schifino over Hawkins. I don't know if I can go any higher on him. Bilal played in the league below Wimby's and had insane numbers. I really see if the Mavericks had time to develop guys more, I would actually be kind of interested in Leonard Miller. Like, I wouldn't be super upset if they drafted him. Would you take Scoot over Hardy? Are you out of your mind? Do I have Chris Murray higher than Keontae George? Well, let's see. Does Keontae George do anything I like about a player? Let's think about it. Not a good decision maker. Not a great defender. Not a great passer. Questionable effort. No. Don't really like much of anything he's got going on. What basketball shoes do you have? Chuck Taylor's. Big Chuck Taylor guy. I know you're dodging my comment because you're hating on Hardy. Would you take Scoot over Hardy? Yeah, of course I would fucking take Scoot over Hardy. What's the difference between Keontae George and Imani Bates? Well, Keontae George is a better athlete. And was more efficient. All right, GG Jackson. Again, with these type of players, I would watch GG Jackson and then like I watched one of like Coach Spin's videos about him, and the positive when he did the positive thing, I was like, oh my god, wait, what am I missing? What's everyone missing? Like, it's the youngest dude in the draft, and he's 6'9". Like, holy shit! Then he got to the negatives, and it's like, oh, I see now. And apparently, there is some rumors going around that his workouts are going horribly, and he was vaping like immediately after the workouts. Which, you know, I don't really give a shit about, but I could see how NBA teams would be like, nah, no thanks. Do I like GG Jackson more than Jett Howard though? Yeah. That creation upside, I think I would actually go GG Jackson over Keontae George too. Like, okay, what world is there in which GG Jackson is not ahead of Bryce Sensabaugh? They both have like similar-ish, well, they don't fucking play defense type of concerns. As someone that hasn't scouted, knowing where you would rank Hardy would help baseline. Like, if Jaden Hardy re-entered the draft knowing what we know about him right now as an NBA player. Like, around here, for sure. Like, I don't think I would take anybody from this. Like, I most certainly would not take anybody from 11 down over Jaden Hardy. I mean, I'm thinking like right here, honestly. Jordan Hawkins or Bilal? I kind of think Bilal goes over him. Dude averaged 14 on like 53% true shooting. Hardy averaged 28 on 77%, and it's just a year older. Hardy's a top 3 pick easily this year. Well, Scoot's also an otherworldly. No, I haven't gotten to City yet. He's like close. Josh Green. Okay, well now you're getting like, where would a third-year NBA player go in this year's draft? I don't know. I know. I'm ready for the finals to start. Like, I don't want to wait another 5 hours. It's just all semantics at this point. Dariq Whitehead, that foot injury, no thanks. Rupert reminds me of Frank Ntilikina. Rupert reminds me of Frank Ntilikina. Through and through. That was all I could think about when I was watching him. Literally all I could think about. Absurd wingspan, good defender, can't really shoot, can't really do much outside of that. Like, I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, this is Frank Ntilikina. And that's like without even the fucking French connection. Rupert's wingspan. The one I saw was 7'3", which is nuts. Don't get me wrong, that's crazy. Leonard Miller has a 7'2" wingspan. Brandon Miller or Kyrie Irving for the 5 years guaranteed contract. Who you taking? Kyrie. We are trading the 2027 first and the 10 for Jarris Walker, then getting Gafford with the first from THJ. We're trading 2027 first and the 10 for Jarris Walker, so we're moving up. Then getting Gafford with the first from THJ. Huh? So I'm finally watching Transformers Rise of the Beast tonight. Hey! Yeah, it is kind of crazy how most of these guys will at best be just like solid players. Rupert started for Breakers at NBL, who finished second. But I did see that he was completely played off the floor in the final. Because like they just literally didn't even defend him. Which scares me. I'll put him over Whitehead though for sure. Just that leg injury. The foot injuries are just freaky to me. Although I actually do like Dariq Whitehead though. But the foot injury, it's like second injury already. Or second surgery already is spooky. Over Jett Howard for sure. This is about where I hit a wall with Rupert. Like Keontae George, who I feel like I'm being very low on. It actually sounds like there was some rumor going around that Keontae George had like a top 12 promise or something like that. Which, okay. I'm too low on Keontae George. He's over GG Jackson for sure. He's definitely over Chris Murray, I think. I think I'm going lower on Hawkins too. Yeah, Sensabaugh actually, assuming LeBron stays in LA, Sensabaugh actually makes a lot of sense for the Lakers. Like, can I put Rupert above GG Jackson? I actually don't think Rupert's offensive game is ever going to get there. So, no. Are you considering fit for team? Well, this is just a big board. This isn't a mock draft. Noah Clowney. I hate to compare every player to Mavs players, but this guy's Maxi Kleber. This is the rare cross-race comparison. This is Maxi Kleber. Great defender. Good help defender. Decent rim protector. Holds his own on switches. Like a shooter in theory. Can knock down threes, but it's kind of ugly at times. Like maybe Noah Clowney can turn into like playoff Maxi Kleber. Which one is Luka? Luka's one of one. Good corner shooter. Gonna live in the corner. Although Maxi shoots a lot of wing threes, huh? Pick and pop, upside. 67% at the rim. So like Noah Clowney to me is the type of prospect I like, where it's like, I feel like this guy's gonna at bare minimum be a solid role guy. Thoughts on GG Jackson? All of his downsides fucking terrify me, and they're the type of players that I do not like whatsoever. Didn't try on defense. Bad on defense. Like, reportedly, his workouts have been terrible. Like, I'm just not... I don't know. Somebody down here could take a chance on him. I'm not very interested in... Would I take Jarace Walker over LeBron currently? I mean, am I trying to win next year? No. Playoff Maxey in 2020 was so good, I miss him. He did not seem himself coming back from the injury besides that game-winning 3. No, he was never himself. I mean, hamstring injuries are fucking hard. I can't imagine playing a sport after tearing your hamstring. Have any of you guys ever had like a legit hamstring injury? It just is terrifying every time you take a step. Yeah, true. And he came back very quickly. Clowney above Jet Howard? Yeah. Rupert? Yeah. GG? There's been a lot of buzz about Clowney lately, by the way. GG? Yes. Chris Murray? This is kind of where I start to hit a wall. If the Mavs got 21 and 22, which two players would be ideal in that range? If they got both, see, I would like to get, okay, so you could get Clowney and Chris Murray, like, and you would have two kind of plug and play immediately guys. But see, like, if you got to 22, I wouldn't mind taking a stab at GG Jackson, honestly. Like, if you had 2 picks, especially back to back, I really wouldn't mind it. GG Jackson's like a 6'10 Jaden Hardy. I mean, GG Jackson's like, listen, GG Jackson's got a lot of potential. A lot. But the bad stuff is very bad. And like, not winning player style. Like, okay, this would actually be interesting. This would actually be interesting. Going back and looking at all of the players who, like, their weaknesses were, oh, this guy pretty much does not play any winning basketball at all. How often do those guys pan out and turn into winning players? What's his bad stuff? He doesn't do winning stuff. Doesn't pass. Doesn't play defense. Doesn't try on defense. Doesn't do anything off ball. Takes terrible shots. Christian Wood turned into a winning player. Could have fooled me. Chris Murray or Noah Clowney? Oh, isn't that Imani Bates' concerns? Yeah, but see, like, GG Jackson's way better. Like, I don't really know if Bates is gonna get drafted. GG has a very involved family, which concerns me. There's just so much that concerns me with him. But the offensive upside is absolutely insane. There's no doubt about that. He was manipulated into skipping his senior year of high school. Let me talk about that, because I keep seeing people say that in defense of GG Jackson. Well, he would have gotten #1 overall in the next year's draft. How the fuck do you even know that? Because he would have been #1 in his high school class. How many times do we see those guys not get drafted high? Wasn't fucking Derek Lively the #1 guy in his class? Like, how many times does that actually translate? All right, and Maxwell Lewis was the last guy I looked at. An interesting player for sure. I actually kind of like him. Again, Drake Whitehead's injury stuff, just a little concerning to me. Do I like him more than Jet Howard? Jet Howard is an elite shooter. I don't know if I like him more than Jett Howard. Even though I think Jett Howard is terrible defensively. I think this is about right. I think this is about right for my updated big board. Move Kobe Buffkin into the top 10. Yeah. Yeah, I'm about to get to him, Nicole. I'm about to get to him, Cole. You have to keep in mind, you would say the same thing about Hardy in this draft class. He was inefficient and wasn't good at D. No, I like Jaden Hardy, though. I liked Jaden Hardy last year. What's the lowest pick you would trade Hardy for? I would trade Hardy to move up and get Jarris Walker. Like, why would I trade a guy who was like legit doing stuff on the NBA floor for like Anthony Black, who I like a lot, but you know, there's a lot of uncertainty for him. Walker before Miller. Yeah, I'm not like super sold on Brandon Miller's ceiling. I absolutely love Jarris Walker. Like that's I look at today's NBA and then I watch Jarris Walker. I'm like, yeah, that guy's fucking perfect. That guy does everything you want a forward to do in today's league. I don't think Miller's gonna bust. Like I don't think he has like super big bust potential. I guess maybe in the sense that if you draft him second overall, you kind of want him to be a star, but I don't know if he's ever gonna be that. Is Walker a bigger, better Grant Williams? Better Grant Williams. Like, legit Draymond light, honestly. Never going to compare someone defensively to Draymond because he's, like, one of the best defenders ever. And that's just not fair. But Jarris Walker is one of the best defenders in a class that has an absurd amount of great defenders. Like, Victor obviously has Defensive Player of the Year upside. Anthony Black is an absurd defender. The Thompson twins will be good defenders. Buffkin's a good defender. Hendricks is a great defender. Casey Wallace is a great defender. Leonard Millard's a great defender. Lively's a great defender. Like, there's a lot of insane defenders. Shafino's pretty good defensively. Bilal's obviously great defensively. Nick Smith's got upside defensively. Chris Murray's pretty solid defensively. There's a lot of really good defenders in this class. That's actually kind of crazy. Rupert. Isaac on Locked On Mavs saying he'd take Hendricks over Jarrett scares me. That's still like a somewhat popular thing. I mean, I could kind of see it. Like, Hendricks is the better shot blocker and stuff. And his shot feels better. I like Jarris Walker's passing. It just separates him tremendously. I still like Hendricks, though. I mean, I wouldn't be mad with either. If Walker and Hendricks are somehow magically there at 10, though. Do you think the 10th pick being shopped is smoke? No, I don't think so. You did say if you hear things, they're probably wrong. I don't think it's smoke, but I don't think they're married to anything. Like when people say the Mavericks are for sure trading their pick, like I've seen reports that are kind of like that. Like the Mavericks are trading their pick. I don't really believe that. Why would it be weird for Hendricks or Walker to fall to 10? There's both of them. I said both of them. Jarris Walker's not falling to 10. Hendricks has a really good chance from what it sounds like. After doing more research, I would like for them to draft. I really would. Because I'm not like a super big doomer, like Luka's leaving tomorrow type of guy. I'm really not. You definitely, you definitely have to. You definitely have to play it safe. You're gonna have to improve your team. I'm not like super convinced he's like going to demand a trade. And if Luka stays, it is better for them to just. It is better for them to just draft and develop a guy. That's why we're trading 2027 first for Jarris. Okay, but a team's not going to do that. In the first from Tim for Gafford. Oh, wait, are you saying trading 10th overall and 2027 going up for Jarris? Trading Tim for a pick and then trading that pick for Daniel Gafford? That'd be interesting, actually. I'm not going to lie. Right now, that might be the least insane thing you've ever said in here. You think any of them can have an immediate impact on the team? Yes. Hendricks, Walker, even Buffkin, but they're not going to draft a guy like Buffkin. Grady Dick, Cason Wallace. Those guys, Derek Lively, would have immediate impacts. Don't know if you could like rely on them. They're rookies. You can't like rely on them, but they would immediately have a role to play. They're like Leonard Miller's a little raw. Bilal's a little raw. Like they don't really need a Jalen Hood Schifino. They don't really need a Kobe Buffkin. I fucking love Kobe Buffkin. Go look at Kobe Buffkin stuff. Is it Lively Moses Brown? No. Lively has a much better sense of where he's at any given time. Like, he has good instincts. Getting Anthony Black would require Luka improving his catch and shoot game. Yeah, it's just, it wouldn't be the best landing spot for Anthony Black. He needs to be like the guy in an offense. Washington is just perfect for him. Yes, we did a whole stream about the Kyrie and LeBron thing. All right, guys, I don't really have shit else to talk about. I wish we didn't have these 3-day breaks in between final games, man. Lively is Willie Cauley-Stein, but you already know me as GM. I'm trading 10 in 2027 first for Jarris, then fleecing for Gafford. You're not going to fleece shit. Which desperate team is trading for Beal? The Sixers after Harden leaves, maybe? Harden goes to the Rockets. Sixers get desperate. Could see that happening. Lakers sneaky? I don't know how the fuck they come up with $50 million though. I'm trying to think, what other team needs a guard? Nets, maybe? I'm gonna be honest with you. I know it's funny to shit on Bradley Beal, but if a team could get like decent, a team that already doesn't have stupid contracts, if they could get like a decent, like get Bradley Beal without giving up a ton, it's really not terrible. I still think Bradley Beal's a good player. Where does Middleton go? He's staying with the Bucks. I read something yesterday that he was like in their coaching interviews, so he's staying. Randall and Quickly for Beal. Then the Knicks are gonna hold out. They might miss it. Like they're probably gonna hold out so long they might miss it. Miami, I could see too. Go on Fanspo. I'm already on Fanspo. We're not doing Fanspo trades today. All right, so this is my updated big board. We'll update it more over time. Save an update. Got it. You are delusional. Lowry and Robinson gets you Beal. Ooh, it's like a KP trade. 2 smaller bad contracts for a big bad contract. Ooh. Highlights are always risky, especially college ones. I don't know. You guys want to watch some highlights? Huh? All right. Watch some motherfucking highlights. Oh, smooth. Look at that touch. Manipulate the defense. Tough. Insane finisher. Insane finisher. What did he shoot at the rim? %71% at the rim, man. Gets to the rim so easily. Look how easily he gets to the rim. Look at that.
Gets there off the glass and is off. 55-48. Buffkin down the lane.
Oh!
Will be Buffkin.
Ooh!
Crease, takes advantage and scores.
He's so nice, man. I might put him above the Thompson twins.
Games to Virginia and Kentucky and London in the right direction with the way they were playing. They weren't wins, but they were making their way.
Look at that.
In the right direction.
Tell me you don't see a tiny bit of Shea in him.
Dickinson.
Like, tell me you don't see a tiny bit of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Reed trying to work for position down low against Jai.
Doesn't have the otherworldly deacceleration like SGA has, though.
Gets a double team and now Buffkin. Fade away with that left-hand stroke.
God, he's nice, man.
And what better leaders to have for these young men.
Buffkin a three. There, Barron with a rejection, playing with 4 fouls. Bucket goes to the court.
Oh, wait, what's that saying up at the top?
Dickinson.
Have you ever considered live play-by-play commentary doing high school games? No.
For Williams. Baker closed out by McConnell. Up top for a 3. That goes down. Dickinson's hands off for McDaniel. Buffkin another 3.
Good-looking shot.
And a takeaway. Good anticipation by Kobe Buffkin.
71% at the rim. You're not stopping him in transition. Look at the change of pace. Look at the touch.
Baseline, Buffkin driving, gets there, and lays it in.
Chase Howard into the game.
This isn't even his. This isn't even. I mean, he got a steal right there, but it's not even showing his defense. Kobe Buffkin's my guy. I'm planting my flag. A couple years ago was the last. I didn't really dive into the draft at all last year because I was just so high on the Mavericks. Why the fuck do I need to care about the draft? We're gonna win 10 rings in a row. So I'm reading the replies to me tweeting out the list. You know how deep down you would take Hardy over SGA? Man, right now, what are you fucking waffling on about, man? SGA averaged 30 points. The hell are you talking about? Could you start Buffkin, Kyrie, and Luka? Buffkin's what, 6'4"? 6'5" with a 6'8" wingspan? Probably not. Don't know if he would like. I mean, it would be really nice if Luka like turned into like a strong defender or at least a solid defender, and you could play him on 4s or something. Like let Luka guard 4s, Buffkin could guard 1 or 2s. Yeah, it could. I don't see why you couldn't. Buffkin could guard 3s. Why can't Luka be just as solid in defense as Jokic? Well, Jokic is a center, so he has that going for him. Luka just needs to get to a point where he can just guard 4s. Like the non-athletic ones. Like the non-like ball-dominant, uber-athletic ones. Like just turn into like a strong post defender. We need one guy that can switch 1 through 5, another who can fight over screen for 30 minutes. How many guys actually can switch 1 through 5 though in the league? I was thinking about this a couple days ago. Like, is there any? Draymond, I guess. Draymond's probably the only one. The problem is the guy he's guarding just moves around so much as he ball watches. I know. He just needs to lock in, and he can just play off-ball defense. Bam, Giannis, AD. AD and Bam, I wouldn't feel comfortable them constantly being on 1s. Like Draymond can literally guard anyone. Giannis, yeah. But Giannis is better just freaking roam a little bit. Is it a hot take for me to say I wouldn't trade Hardy for Curry? I think you need to go to a fucking institution. You want me to be honest? You want me to be honest with you? I think you need professional help. Professional help. From a professional. Did you see New York City fart effects? Oh, the fire effects? Is that what you're talking about? I did. Is that shit healthy? Obviously not, but like... Theo Pinson high school tape. Pretty solid student section. Pretty solid student section. I will say, we used to do the newspaper trick when they were announcing the other teams. Newspaper. Got yelled at. Changed it to turn around. Got yelled at. Fuck it, Theo Pinson high school highlights. I don't know about this music. We'll put our own. Look at this shit. Oh my Christ. Listen, you don't go to UNC unless you're that guy. Like, we can joke about Theo Pinson. You don't go to UNC unless you're really that guy. Harry Giles in high school. Wow. Oh my God. Woo! Theo Pinson had a triple-double this season, okay? Like, this is what I'm saying. Basketball is a harder sport than people realize because the skill gap between a regular schmegular guy versus a fucking NBA player is so astronomically massive. Whereas, dude, if you're like athletic and you get like on a 1 year long weight training program, you could probably make an NFL fucking roster. That's just what I'm saying, right? If you eat crowns, you could play running back in the NFL. Like, that's just kind of how it is. Yeah, Wiggins' high school tape was crazy too. I mean, am I going to sit here and pretend like Theo Pinson didn't have some moments this season when he played where I was like, you know what? Theo's not horrible. You want me to be real with you? I admit I would trade Hardy for Prime Hakeem, not Bill or Wilt, though. Oh, that's fair. Imagine if an average soccer player was an NFL kicker. All right, I actually did not plan at all for this stream to go on for 2 hours, but alas, you're here. And alas, ending on watching Theo Pinson highlights, we are done. What a great way to end it. All right, hopefully on Friday we'll have a little bit more to talk about. Pretty sure I'm going to post a video tomorrow. I don't really have the idea for one. And the video I'm working on is not going to be done yet. And I really need to fucking finish it because it is a little bit topical. Not that topical, but a little bit topical. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for coming out today. All of the OGs, you guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Wednesday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, thank you very much. You will never regret it. Regular content on this channel. It is draft related, yes. It needs to be around the finals. All right, it is Mavs related, and it needs to be around the finals. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. I will try to have a video out tomorrow. I will be live again on Friday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. You guys know the drill. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy your Thursday. I'll talk to you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.